Join me as I try to make the most mouth-watering Dutch oven beef stew from scratch. Can I nail it on my first attempt? Get ready for a recipe that'll be your new go-to. A mouth-watering Dutch oven beef stew, perfect for those cozy nights in. This hearty dish is packed with rich flavors and tender beef that just falls apart. It's the ultimate comfort food. By the way, the recipe for Dutch oven beef can be found in the posts of my channel. But please, watch this video first till the end. Making beef stew can be a bit tricky though. I've had my fair share of tough, chewy meat and bland flavors. You definitely don't want your stew turning into tough leather, right? The trick is to cook that beef low and slow, letting it break down into something super tender and tasty. Another common issue is adding too much liquid, which can dilute the flavors. You want to aim for a rich, intense broth that's full of depth. To avoid these pitfalls, it's essential to brown the beef properly. This step is crucial as it adds a deep, caramelized flavor to the stew. I also like to use a mix of vegetables, such as carrots, potatoes, and onions to add natural sweetness and texture. And of course, a good stew needs some aromatics. Think garlic, thyme, and bay leaves. These ingredients work together to create a complex savory flavor profile that's just irresistible. So let's get started. First, we'll brown the beef in some oil over medium-high heat. I'm using a Dutch oven for this recipe because it's awesome. The heavy bottom and snug lid keep the heat just right and lock in moisture. Once the beef is browned, we'll add in our aromatics and cook until they're soft and fragrant. Then we'll add in the vegetables, beef broth, and red wine. The acidity in the wine helps to break down the connective tissues in the meat, making it super tender. As we wait for the stew to cook, the aroma filling the kitchen is incredible. You can smell the beef, the vegetables, and the herbs all coming together in perfect harmony. It's making me hungry. Finally, after about 2.5 hours, our stew is done. The beef is tender, the vegetables are cooked through, and the sauce is rich and flavorful. The moment of truth. Let's dig in. The first bite is like a warm hug. The beef just melts in your mouth, and the flavors are so deep and satisfying. You can taste the carrots, potatoes, and onions, all perfectly cooked. And that sauce, it's like a rich, meaty gravy that coats your tongue. To make this Dutch oven beef stew, you'll need beef, vegetables, beef broth, red wine, and some aromatics. The key is to cook it low and slow, so the beef becomes tender and the flavors meld together. It's a simple recipe, but the payoff is huge. If you've had a similar experience with beef stew, or if you have a favorite recipe you'd like to share, please leave a comment below. I'd love to hear about it. And if you're looking for more cooking challenges and recipes, be sure to watch my other videos. Check out the ingredients and instructions in my posts on my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.